data. Then we learned about what is types of data. Then, the traditional methodology, what we are doing is, we are getting the data and we are storing it into the server. And the problem is, once the amount of data increases, the size and the amount of servers is also increasing. Once it increases, we need to recruit resources. Again, the problem is corruption will occur in server, data loss will occur in server, so many problems. Even it's a problem with natural disaster. If something happens, earthquake or something happens, again, it's going to be a very big problem for us. So, now you understood all this. Guys, till now, are you aware of what have we learned? Like data types, the problem? Can I get a fast response?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now I'm getting into the big data. Okay, good. Now the thing is, I'm going to take a common example where everyone is aware of. You are all aware of Facebook, right? FB.
Jitin, 1 second,
Yeah.
Srinivas.
Yes.
I mean, your audio is, little bit breaking. I'm not able to, it's not clear. Is it a problem with me only or everybody is facing the same issue?
You mean the audio?
Yes, audio is breaking from your side. The problem is with me, from my side is everybody is getting the same issue.
No, I can hear you properly. There's no
I
break.
can hear you again.
Then the problem will be,
Chaos maybe
Srinivas.
okay.
Vimal, can you just check
My
what is the
side.
exact issue?
Okay, no problem, Jitin, you can carry on. Just I'm checking my network system.
Okay. So the thing is, like, you are all aware of Facebook, right? So Facebook is an ideal example, and I'm going to explain you how it is related to big data, so you can understand that very easily. So an approximation shows that there were around 950 million of people using Facebook all over the universe. 950 million of people. Okay, so you are aware of, like, for example, even I have 2 accounts. Similarly, there are lakhs of people. Those are 2 accounts, 3 accounts, 4 accounts, and in total it's calculated an approximation 950 million of accounts were there in Facebook all over the universe. Now the problem here is, one user is generating 10 KB of data per day. Okay? Consider one single person. For example, it might be Jyoti, or it might be Jitin, or it might be Srinivas, or whomever it is. It is approximated that one single person in a day is generating 10 KB of data. Okay? So, think about 1,000 users. They will be generating around 10 MB of data per day. It is first is for one person is generating 10 KB of data per day, and 1,000 users are generating 10 MB of data. Then think about 1 million of users. They will be generating approximately, not approximation, it is 10 GB of data per day. Okay, 1 person 10 KB per day, 1,000 users generating 10 MB per day. That is 1 million people is generating 10 GB of data per day. And then think about 950 users, 950 million of people. They will be generating approximately 9.5 TB of data per day. Got it? Can I get a quick response?
Yep.
Okay. So the thing is, it is a calculation per day. So this 9.5 TB of data, where we are going to store? It's an approximation only from Facebook. We have Twitter, we have so many social media, we have so many. I took one example as Facebook. Okay. This is the problem. Every day we are getting so much of data, and we want to store these data in a traditional methodology. What we are following is, we are storing this in a server. The problem is, once we go for servers, the amount of data increases, the server size increases. Once it increases, we have to recruit resource. Again, the problem with the server is corruption, data loss, and so many problems are there. Now the problem here is we have a huge amount of data. That is the problem. Where we are going to store, how we are going to process. That's the thing. Till now you are aware of it, right? What I'm trying to tell, like the data types, and how much of data.
Yeah.
Is it fine for you?
Yeah.
The thing is, next we are getting into big data. Okay. So to avoid this problem of instead of storing these huge amount of data in server and processing, it takes huge amount of time. I guess Srinivas, you are aware of this. To process huge amount of data. For example, think a user lost his file or something. I'm sure, because even I work in ETL, so I'm aware of. To recover a data, how long it takes, Srinivas?
That depends on the size of the data and that depends on the way the user has kept it.
Yes, exactly correct. So it means like sometimes the backup will be there, sometimes it won't be there again.
Yes, yes.
Am I correct, Srinivas?
Yes, yes. If the backup is not available for the particular product, information, we are not able to restore.
Yes. So loss of information is always there if you go with servers. I can assure
Yes.
you because even I work with server side, so I know that. So loss of data will be always there. There is no alternate technology till today come. The new technology is derived with big data, which is giving a real solution for this. So here is big data. So to process a huge amount of data, if you are going for the technology, not the technology, it's a problem. Big data is a problem. Okay. As the name suggests, big data, huge amount of data, and it might be of any type. So before getting into the different types, I would like to show you a few things. Okay, here it is. Okay. So how this big data comes to picture and Virgin, first of all, we'll go with that. So there is a person called, yeah, guys are able to see the screen? Not bad?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a person called Sanjay Gambut. Jyoti, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, Jitin.
Yeah. There's a person called Sanjay Gambut. He worked with Google. Okay. He finds the same problem. Like, every day the volume of data is increasing day by day. And, so we are getting every day new servers and processing takes time, loss of data, so many things he found. And he discovered a new technology and he generated two papers. He presented two papers. One is called GFS, that is Google File System, and the other paper is MRF, that is MapReduce Framework. So the first one, Google File System, is meant for storage. It completely deals with storage, how we are going to store the data, how it's completely related to storage. The next, MRF deals completely on how to process this stored data. You got it? Like Sanjay Gambut from Google, he found the same issue, like, these are the, every day we are getting so many data, we are storing in servers, lots of data. He found this is a very complicated problem every day the universe is facing. So he come up with an idea, like, where generated two papers, one is GFS, the other one is MRF. GFS is Google File System, completely it deals with storage, how we are going to store, and the next one, MRF, completely deals with processing of data. Okay. Now the real picture comes here is, so whenever some innovation happens, there will be a competitor who will come and tell that, what you invented is wrong, where I have invented something new. Correct?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
For example, as a developer, Jyoti, I can tell you, like, average of 5 numbers, we can write Java coding with 10 lines, even in 3 lines. I'm just giving a scenario.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. The similar type, this person, there is a person called Dog Cutting and Kefrilla. Okay, these two persons are working for Yahoo. and they come up with a suggestion that how